morning, fabulous firsties. It's Friday. It's the day before our spring break. I realize none of us are going anywhere, but we'll take a little break from our lessons and do some fun activities over spring break with our families. So look for another email later today that has some ideas that families could do. Take virtual trips to zoos and things like that. But for right now, I want to share with you a story called The Most Magnificent Thing. And I chose this book because it has to do with everything we've talked about. It's not I can't, it's I can. And what happens when we get stuck at a situation where we don't think we can do something, and how that makes us feel, what zone we're in, and how we can get out of that zone, like Sophie did yesterday and like Elephant and Piggy. So let's listen to The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires. This little girl is going to try to create something, but she gets stuck, and we want to figure out what she does to get out of that zone, that yellow zone of frustration. The Most Magnificent Thing. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things. He unmakes things. One day, the girl had a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. Not very helpful. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up, gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. For her, she's giving it a go. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small, and even smells of stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent. Look at all the things she tried. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She gets mad. Now she's in the red zone, isn't she? Crunch. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain, and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I'm no good at this. I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk, kind of like Sophie yesterday. It's not much help at first, but before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head And as they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. This is the perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop that leak. This one's all wet. The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left, and it's a little bit heavier than she expected. The color could use a little bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed at all. It really is the most magnificent thing. So in this story, she had a attitude of, it's not I can't, it's I can, after she got back into that green zone. Can you relate to this? I can make a connection to this. When something doesn't quite go right, like I thought it was going to go, I feel frustrated, and I have to figure out a way to get myself back into that green zone so I can try something. Can you build a most magnificent thing? I hope you have a great spring break. I miss you very much. And please keep those pictures coming. I love to see them. Take a picture of a magnificent thing that you have made. Take a picture of you reading your favorite book. Tell me about a time that you didn't give up when you were working at home with your parents. All right. I will talk to you soon. Happy reading.